you know what specialty you're going to choose?
I don't, but I do want to go into primary care, so I kind of switch between maybe family medicine or internal or something like that. But
generally, what's your opinion of family medicine?
I think that it is an incredible specialty, mostly because it's the most comprehensive, and I think it's amazing the amount of knowledge a family practitioner is supposed to know. The breadth of knowledge you're supposed to know is actually something that excites me, and is the reason why I think about going into family medicine.
What's the first thing that comes to mind when you think of family medicine?
I think about strong relationships with families and patients, and building lasting relationships with those patients as they go through their lives and dealing with their health care.
Generally, what's your opinion of family medicine?
I think it's a specialty that's really important, that's much needed in Arkansas, especially in some of the less underserved areas.
What's the first thing that comes to mind when you think of family medicine?
I'll think a physician that has really strong relationship with their patients, and then knowing more about their patient than like specialized care. So.
Generally, what's your opinion of family medicine?
I have a high opinion of them. I think of them as kind of like the gatekeeper for the rest of medicine.
Are you leaning toward a particular specialty right now?
Yeah, I'm about 99% sure I'm going to do emergency medicine.
What's the first thing that comes to mind when you think of family medicine?
I think of them kind of having to be a jack of all trades.
What's the first thing you think of when you think of family medicine?
I kind of think of it as an all-encompassing field, like a little bit of everything.
Do you know what specialty you're going to choose?
No, not at all.
Are you interested in primary care at all?
Yeah, I do know that I'm probably going to do primary care. Nothing to deal with surgery because not my thing.
In general, what's your opinion of family medicine?
I think it's great. It's great lifestyle. It has a little bit of everything. You probably wouldn't get bored, so it's an option.
What's the first thing that comes to mind when you think of family medicine?
Well, I get to spend time seeing people on you get to have continuity of care, and you get to really develop relationships with patients, and I think that's really important.
What's the first thing that comes to mind when you think of family medicine?
The first thing that comes to mind when I think about family medicine is the fact that we will be seeing all different types of age groups, and they all come together, and we can treat the family as a whole, as different from maybe like surgery that does one thing or another, but this one's more of a conglomerate of different things we can see.
In general, what's your opinion of family medicine?
I think family medicine doctors work an incredibly hard schedule and see a vast majority of several things, as opposed to where a specialist might see just one or two things, or 100 or 200 things, But family practice, they see a lot, and they have to stay on their toes and really know pretty much everything.
What's the first thing that comes to mind when you hear family medicine?
When I think about family medicine, I think about when you're a kid, you always think, I want to be a doctor, but the only doctor you really have a clue about is your family medicine doctor. You don't think, oh, I'm just going to be a surgeon, or I'm going to be, this kind of doctor. You think of the family medicine docs as the doctor.
Did you hear anything today that changed your opinion of family medicine?
Kind of. Like, I was really surprised with, I think Dr. Dunham was talking about all the procedures they did. I didn't know that they could deliver babies, give colonoscopies. I mean, I don't exactly want to do all of them, but it's nice to know that they can do pretty much anything. So, yeah.
Did you learn anything today from what you heard?
Yeah, I thought it was interesting to hear Dr. Dunham's experiences as a family physician.
Did anything change your opinion of family medicine?
No, I've always been interested in it, so I'm still in.
What's the most attractive quality of family medicine to you?
Well, I like that they get to see a variety of different cases, and that's probably one of the most attractive things to me.
Did you learn anything today from what you heard?
I did. I did learn quite a bit from Dr. Dunham, talking about his family practice out of Clarksville. He did shed some light on some things that I was really curious about.
Did anything change your opinion of family medicine?
I think, Dr. Dunham, he did kind of sway me a little bit because there are some notions that we have about family medicine that, because we're not in it, we don't really know exactly. But he did say some things that kind of made me start thinking a little bit differently about how I view family medicine.
Did you learn anything today from what you heard?
I like that they expanded on some of the things that I already knew about the continuity of care and caring for the mom, and then the mom has a baby, and then the baby grows up, and also the variety that they see.
All right. Did you learn anything today from what you heard?
I did. Actually, I was kind of shocked at the amount of stuff that Dr. Dunham does in his clinics. Because I know family docs like where I'm from, they don't always do that much. So really, you can make family medicine kind of what you want it to be and really do anything.
Did anything you heard change your opinion of family medicine?
I've always been kind of favorable to it, but now I'm thinking possibly even more. It's something I can see myself doing. It's very flexible, and there's always going to be a job security with family medicine.
I guess I just learned more about the day-to-day, what the typical day is in a family medicine practice. I definitely did believe a lot of the myths that they were talking about. Like, one thing that kind of bums me out about primary care is that myth of, am I just going to be seeing hypertension and diabetes every day? Like, how boring is this going to be? But it sounds like it's actually pretty diverse, and he gets to do a lot of different things every day, and it seems really exciting.
Did anything change your opinion of family medicine?
Not really. I mean, I've always thought really highly of family medicine, so this just, to me, like, reaffirmed a lot of things that I already thought, which is that, this is like a really amazing field, and that I wish more people would consider it.